Thanks for coming on. So obviously this is pretty much presser for tomorrow's first game of the series against Korea Republic. The first game in Canterbury since 1991 for the Ferns, and first game back at home in 4 and a bit years. Vic, how does it feel to be back with the Ferns, back in NZ, and how's the squad? Enjoy being home?
Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted to be home. It's something I've always dreamed of, and I can't believe it's actually come to fruition. So, yeah, delighted to be here, and I can't wait for the first game tomorrow.
Are you feeling good, despite arriving, it's not too many hours ago that you were on a plane?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Young at heart.
What are you expecting from the Korean Republic team?
Yeah, they're a very organised side. We obviously played them this time a year ago, and we had 2 difficult games, but I think we've done the work behind the scenes and on the field to prepare ourselves as best as possible, and I think tomorrow should be a really competitive game.
Do you know much about the personnel that's in that team, as opposed to the ones that played a year ago?
Yeah, we have some magical scouts which give us a lot of information behind the scenes. But look, on the day, football's football, and you don't exactly know who's going to turn up. So yeah, we'll do what we can from a tactical perspective, and then try and execute our game plan.
But with Anna Leet and Erin in the squad, is the competition between the keepers sort of driving your game to a new level, do you think?
Look, it's a good question. I think the way I work is I have persevered over the years, and I always try and strive to be the best goalkeeper I can be, and I'm excited about the position all the goalkeepers are in the Ferns at the moment. I think it's very competitive, and I look forward to another 9 months of this sort of competition and driving each other to be the best goalkeepers we can be.
Just give us a bit of background on your where you started out in Canterbury, how old you were, who you played for, that sort of obviously I'm from the press.
Yeah, so I started playing at school when I was about 10 years old with my brother and my school friends, and then I joined Horsell United, and some of the girls went back to Horsell School last week, so that was hopefully a fantastic opportunity for Horsell School to have. I know Ash Ward went to Horsell as well, and she went back there to visit, so hopefully a special moment for them. And following that I joined the Canterbury, or the Mainland Football Program is what it was called at the time, and played kind of 14s to 16s down there, and then spent a little bit of time at Coastal Spirit before moving up to Auckland, which was the home of, or it still is, I guess, the home of New Zealand football. So yeah, that's my few years in Canterbury as I was growing up, and it's nice to return home here a couple of years later.
I seem to remember there was a time where you were preferring mid-bay's reserve men's team too when you got on stage, playing for them.
Yeah, I played in a few men's sides, which was a good time. I think the boys are fantastic. They're always very welcoming, and they helped me to develop my game from a physical perspective, and it allowed me to play at a decent level as a goalkeeper. So yeah, I'm definitely thankful for the staff at Mainland Football who let me play in the men's league, as obviously I was a female, and also to the clubs who've supported me along the way from a men's perspective. Yeah, Ferrymead Bays, and then North Shore in Auckland as well.
How are you finding playing in Glasgow for a club with the tradition of Rangers?
It's fantastic. It's a whole new level of football which I've never experienced before, and everyone's absolutely mad over there, but I love it. They live and breathe football, and the Celtic Rangers dynamic is an interesting one, and something that I've been learning a lot about over the last couple of months. But yeah, I'm delighted to be there, and just soaking up being part of a huge club and everything that brings.
Can I just ask about your captaincy, because you captained the Mainland Pride, 2014?
Yeah.
Have you captained much apart from that?
No, don't think so.
So as a last line of defence, you have to marshal the defenders in front of you, so I guess the leadership thing comes pretty naturally.
Yeah, look, it's I think communication and yelling at people is part of the role as a goalkeeper, and learning how to do that in a constructive manner is really important as a captain. So yeah, I'm obviously honoured to have captained the mainland squad many years ago, and also last tour in Japan. So look, it's we have a number of fantastic captains as part of the Ferns. Unfortunately out at the moment due to injury, but they'll be back soon, and I can't wait to have them marshalling us on field.
How does it feel, even though people have come in at different times, and you've had such a short pre-match, really, when you think about it, how do you think the group have gelled?
Yeah, we do have tight turnarounds, but it's something that we're quite used to as part of the national team, and this is kind of our third tour on the trot now every month, so kind of September, October, November, we've now had tours. So the good thing about them being so close together is that we feel like we can pick up where we left off. There's only been 3 weeks in between tours. So we do gain a decent amount of momentum, even though it is a quick turnaround. And now the next one's not for a couple of months. So yeah, I think it's probably almost harder when the break is bigger in between tours, but the core squad is the same. We have the core staff members are the same, and that really helps with consistency and us kind of picking up where we left off and trying to develop and build every single tour as we work towards July next year.
And I know Yitka's in the room, but going from one regime like Glasgow Rangers back into an international team environment and different coaching philosophies maybe, how have you found that, sort of jumping between the two?
Yitka swears a lot less than my coach in Scotland, that's for sure. But yeah, that's part of being a professional athlete, is being able to switch between two different playing styles, although the Ferns and what we play in Glasgow aren't too dissimilar, which is fantastic. But yeah, I think it's great as an athlete because it keeps my brain ticking over, and instead of kind of having a narrow mindset towards one style of play, I'm flicking between two. So yeah, I think it's fantastic for us as athletes to be able to be agile between the two types.
With these games and what's planned next year, like the US, etc., and the build-up to the World Cup, are you happy with the build-up that's planned? And I guess the other question is how difficult will it be to get released for players like you from European clubs for games outside the FIFA window?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic that we're taking every opportunity to play, every FIFA window we're using, and I know the staff behind the scenes are working on organising great fixtures, and now the draw's out, we really can start to narrow down who we're playing in order to best prepare ourselves for next year. Regarding games outside FIFA windows, that's part and parcel of international sport, and different seasons play at different times of the year, so that's part of it. But look, I think every opportunity we have to play games is an opportunity to develop, and I know that Yitka has a master plan for us, and if we can all make the most of every opportunity together, then that's going to put the team in a good position leading into next year.